Okay, let's get started.
Just raise your glasses high. This one's
Turtle time. Gigi Hadid has bid goodbye to her eyebrows for the Vogue France September cover. They're calling it the no eyebrow issue, and everyone in it will have no eyebrows. Amy, can September come any sooner so we can get our hands on this thing?
I like we're becoming a fashion rag. First the Homer gear, now this.
I know. It's what I'm interested in, and I know you are.
Women's wear daily.
It's just like, I want to talk about Vogue. I want to talk about Anna Wintour.
Miranda Priestley.
Yeah, I've ever since Devil Wears Prada 2 came available on Disney Plus, I'm like, what would Miranda Priestley be doing? What would Anna Wintour be doing? Imagine her pitching this. Would she have? Do you think Anna Wintour?
The eyebrows.
Yeah. Have you seen it yet? She goes, say goodbye to my eyebrows, and then they showed them shaving them off of her for this cover.
I feel like everyone has done that at some point. It's kind of, you either bleach them or you shave them. It really changes your look.
It really does. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll never forget when AJ did it on Sopranos. It changed his face completely. But yeah, this is good. I mean, it's gonna sell a few magazines. I know that.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Well, 2 right here.
Yeah,
2 right here, and then maybe someone else.
Do you think we can get it? Where can you even buy that anymore? You have to go out of your way, I think.
Vroman's.
Okay.
Vroman's has Vogue France. That's where I'm going to get my copy.
Great.
I called the person.
Good.
I called my friend who runs the newsstand. I said, you have any Vogue France? He goes, just wait till September, Riley. And I go, okay. Are you going to have it on the 1st? And he goes, a week before the 1st. So,
yeah. I'm curious. I wonder how thick it'll be. I remember back in my day, like when I was heavy into getting the Vogues in like the mid-aughts, like 2006, the September issue was like a Bible. It was so thick. Like the Kirsten Dunst, Marie Antoinette one was like 300 pages. It was like so big, and now they're like a pamphlet.
You just named my favorite one. Marie Antoinette. So that one.
Versailles Takeover.
Versailles Takeover. Yeah, they don't get me started. I go so far as to have seen the September issue documentary about what it takes to go into it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, obviously, for Vogue.
When she fat shames the photographer, the Grace Coddington puts the documentary crew into the photos that they're shooting, and Anna Wintour is like, get rid of his beer belly. And Grace Coddington is like, don't you dare, he's perfect.
I'll never forget. Oh, that was huge. And even we've talked about this when Lena Dunham said, I've got her horrible rash. And she goes, don't worry, darling. She goes, we'll cover it up. And then they released the rashed. We talked about this. They released the rash.
Gawker released the rash. Did you see that her dog was on the cover of Dogue?
No.
And she was
Dunham's
like,
dog?
now 2 girls with skin issues have been on the cover. And she posted both.
That is so funny. No, get me back into thinking about Lena Dunham again. I need to go back. Wow. Okay. Dog on Doge. What'd you call it? Dog on Doge. And then Vogue September. I've got the September issue fever. That's why I'm talking about this.
As you should.
Good. All right. Okay. I'm looking at my notes. Anna Wintour, check. Gigi Hadid. That other thing you said. And then, news-wise, talk about the summer drought. News-wise, even Queens of Bravo's like, I don't have any news. Like,
everyone's out and about. I did want to bring up something that you texted that I think is relevant, and a lot of people are talking about, and it's relevant to our coverage. When we talked about the Valley Part 3 last week, we had watched it live on like DirecTV, and apparently there was a discrepancy between the aired on TV version and the Peacock version, where they sort of edited Danny to answer a question differently. Like it wasn't a different, version. It was like, or like a different, they just changed what he said, what his direct answer was when Andy goes, "Did you drink at the wedding?" In one version, he goes, "No." And then in the other version, he goes, yes, I did.
Yeah, and I
And
saw
it's
the
kind
yes,
of
I
fucked
did.
up.
Yeah, I saw yes, I did. I saw
Okay.
yes, I did drink. I saw the one that said yes.
I
Yes,
saw the
and I'm
no.
ashamed. You saw
So
the no?
I don't know. I don't even remember what we said at the time, but we saw different things, I think.
I saw yes, I did, Your Honor. He said I drank. And I was like, oh, okay, well, at least he's not trying to get around it. But then when we talked about it in Turtle Time, I think you said you watched the no, I didn't have a drop. And I
Yeah.
let that override what I remembered because I wasn't sure. But yeah, they clearly, there's two different versions. You can see this wonderful Twitter account where they put this different versions back to back. So I
Yeah.
think in the streaming version now, they still have Danny saying, no, I did not drink. Didn't have
Right.
a drop, which is much worse.
Right. Which I think was also in the promo because we were all thinking part 3 was going to be all about the, disaster at the wedding. And in the promo, I'm pretty sure Andy goes, did you drink at the wedding? And he goes, no. And so we were all like waiting for him to be lying again. So I just don't really get what that's about.
I don't get it either. I mean, I make it a little more salacious, but usually you don't want to imagine Bravo just changing someone's full answer to something. Like,
Right.
what's the truth? Makes me want to ask now. Danny, what did you say? Did you say yes, I drank, or no, I didn't? Like, I know Bravo overhypes certain moments, but you don't want a full question change like
Right.
that. I think that overall, though, I found the wedding controversy to be so lackluster that I didn't even really, I don't know if it doesn't really change anything. Cause like, what was he doing again? He had his shoes off and he was wearing a tank top and he was watching.
Yeah. He had his
FIFA
piggies
alone.
out at the hotel bar. But I saw some comments that Janet was like, wow, people that had a lot to say about it before really were mums the word on the reunion stage. So maybe there was more, but I mean, whatever. We know that he acts a fool. Like, I don't even need more evidence.
No, of course. Yeah. It's just like, come on, Bravo. You can't do that. And then we didn't get the screeners too. So were they editing his answer being like, like, were they like editing it last minute? Like, make him look as drunk as possible.
Option A, option B, option A, option B. Because it's one thing to include a soundbite or not, but for it to be the direct answer to like a yes or no question is fucked up.
Andy's like, make him lie to me. Option B, he lies to me on the couch.
Do B. It's
Do
B.
B. It's B. Do B. No, I'm like, come on, Bravo. You can't do stuff like that. Come on. I need suspension of disbelief. And I can't know that you're fully fudging people's answers. Danny's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Danny's going to be pissed. He's like, I was
gonna be
watching
pissed.
FIFA in my underwear. All right, well, yeah, that's horrible. They busted him. I don't like when they bust Bravo like that. Or when they bust him with those subtitles, the captions.
Yeah.
Remember when they bust him like that? They put the old captions.
There's so many things to account for in getting shit onto the tube.
So much to account for getting it to the tube. Get it right, because Amy and I are watching you like hawks now. Screeners, DirecTV, Peacock Edition, uncensored. Get it all right. We're going to bust you at some point.
We watch everyone.
Yeah, we watch everyone. Really quickly, before we head into UGT. Oh, we're discussing UGT. Happy Tuesday. Episode 2, Episode 3 of UGT. We're going to discuss it, but I got to thank really quickly, Gooder. I'm wearing sunglasses on YouTube. You can't hear him on audio version, but I just want to thank Gooder for fucking dropping a boatload of beautiful merchandise on Amy and I over the weekend. My God.
Yeah, we got some major freebies. So next round of ads in the next month, keep a ear out for our sunglasses spawn.
Oh, yeah. And if you're ever like, they lie about their shit that they like you're like, they lie on this ad. It's like, yeah, fucking right. Look at me wearing these Gooders right now. I wore them to Penny's birthday party. I love them. Yeah. I'm wearing sunglasses all the time now because of Gooder. And I love everything we advertise.
Yeah, you have to protect that eye freckle you have.
I know. A lot of people DM'd me after and said, I would like to talk to you more about the freckle in your eye. And I was like, oh my God, there's many of us. Many people.
We ride, Dawn.
So I got to keep these things on. Thank you, Gooder. And Amy, I mean, why not just say it? Why not just do it? Let's talk about this ultimate girls trip Roaring 20th, I feel bad that we did the first one and we were like, this is shit. We were like, Orange County, that was the worst place to start. But then immediately after, it starts roaring.
Yeah.
And episode 2 is better than 1. And 3 is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. It fully delivers on the promise of what the show is supposed to be by episode 3. I mean, I was screaming at episode 3. So I feel bad that we left everybody off the hook for the 2 that were good, but now we're finally coming back and we're going to talk about these 2 that we missed.
Yeah, we're combining them into one, and we'll see how we cover them moving forward. I still don't even know how many there are, so we'll see. But yeah, it's certainly better than the first, for sure.
16.
No.
No, I think it's 12. I think it's 12.
That's even too many. It should be 8.
We'll see. We'll keep it. We'll definitely have our finger on the pulse of how many episodes there are going to be.
But they can't do that many shenanigans. So, like, they can't hold that up that whole time.
But we're only on 2 cities so far, and this is 3 episodes, and I think there's 6 destinations. Remember the map that it showed?
Uh-huh.
So if I don't know. I mean, let's just say, I think it's
Atlanta,
New Jersey.
Is it New Jersey?
New York. Sorry, no, I'm getting it wrong.
Is Atlanta, Bluestone Manor, and New York?
Oh, okay. So maybe 4 cities.
Do they go to Miami?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Remember when they were on the Miami beach and they were dressed in the 80s stuff?
Yeah.
Do you remember those
possible.
photos? Okay, well, we'll see. It doesn't matter. We'll cover all of it, like the best you've ever heard in your lives with incisive commentary. But episode 2, what was it called? Leather If You Like It?
Whether you like it or not.
Oh, whether you like it or not, because we get to commemorate a huge moment in the Beverly Hills franchise canon of ugly leather pants.
Right.
Sutton saying that to Crystal. So we finally got a full, wonderful dinner at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
It starts out interesting. Episode 2, right? Kyle is upset.
Vicky is Vickying. She's honestly, it's almost as bad as Ramona with Bethany on the bridge. Like, it's just like, what is your problem? Like, what chip are you missing that you talk to someone like this? Like, I have found her to be, in her return, like, performative in nature, but this is like, I don't think you can even make up behavior like this. It's just so wrong-headed. So Kyle, she discovers they're at the Orange County hotel, getting ready to go to Beverly Hills, and Vicky comes upon Kyle Richards crying because it turns out it's the day of her 30th wedding anniversary, and obviously they are separated. Mauricio has texted her saying, you know, how did we get here? Like, I don't know how this happened. It's like very emotional. And she's like, sorry, I'm just having a moment. And Vicky's, Kyle's like, I feel like I like let everyone down. And Vicky's like, you did. She's like, you let your kids down. You let your whole family down. You let everyone looked up to you. Like, you really did fuck it up. Like, you told everyone, you sent the message that it's okay to give up.
Yeah. Kyle is being kind of like, okay during this talk, the opposite of a pep talk. But she's like, yes, you should be ashamed with yourself because of how much people looked up to you all and you could have made it work. I mean, Vicky is speaking talk about this Dawn stuff from Orange County, which we're covering now. Her biggest regret in life is Dawn. And she thinks about him all day and all night and every single birthday and anniversary. So she's kind of speaking to that Ghost of Christmas future perspective, but it's saying the wrong things to Kyle in the moment, things you would never want to hear, that you should be ashamed. Yeah,
she's like, you had everything. You were the epitome of staying together forever. You were supposed to grow old together. It's like, thanks, Vicky. Thank you so much. And Vicky goes, oh, and it's not going to get better. I'm however many years out from my divorce, and I regret it every day. I feel terrible. And Kyle's like, thanks, Vicky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse every single year. She's like, imagine your 50-year anniversary when you're thinking about Mauricio. Kyle had a lot of restraint here in the moment. to not say that's offensive. I mean, she's definitely going to take this into account when she thinks about Vicky for the future.
Yeah.
But she was kind of okay. It was like Vicky was haunting her a little bit from the future.
No, it's like, talk about things that, how was that not a point of drama? Like, that's something that if it happened in real life, you would tell everyone and be like, can you fucking believe she said that to me? And it just never comes up again.
Yeah. But I sort of like sometimes that. I do
Mhm.
like that some of those things just kind of don't amount to anything. Like Kyle didn't want to make it a bigger deal. But it's probably the biggest thing that happens in this episode that someone could begrudge someone for, of saying something like that. What a sad text to get from Mauricio on the 30th. I love you. What did he say? I love you. I don't know how we got here, ... Oh, I'd
Kind
be
of a
thinking
bummer text, kind of a unnecessary text.
Yeah. Did he cheat?
Be like, yeah, you cheated on me like 400 times. Also, it seems like because of the era that their daughters are in, they're going to have to see each other so much. Like, there's weddings, there's babies, I just saw like a gender reveal. It also turns out that I don't know anything about the agency people. I didn't watch his spinoff, but apparently Farrah's, the father of her baby, is like his employee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
like,
just read
it's
that.
also intertwined.
Yeah. So they're going, she's going to be seeing him all the time. I mean, he comes to this white party, he films with them, and then they have every occasion. Remember that ski trip where they were in the lodge watching Moana and they were like, look at my parents, how cute they are by the fireplace?
Yeah.
Like, they still have all those moments. I don't know what. I mean, I still hold out hope that they can get back together. It would just have to be if Mauricio was hypothetically able to stop cheating on Kyle. And her to be able to get over that part of it. But there's still a little bit of hope that they could get back together. But at a certain point, if it gets so long,
I
they
don't
might not.
think so. I feel like unless maybe in 5 years randomly they could come back together or something. I don't know. It just feels, although maybe now that she's done with Morgan, she had her moment and she can go back to the well.
Yeah. Yeah. Why won't Dawn get back with Vicky? Come on.
Yeah, come on. She's whooping it up. She has a place in the desert. She has a place in Mexico.
Kick Michael to the curb. The guy who's hiding the ring in his pocket saying you'll get this if you're a good girl or whatever. Her new boyfriend, Michael, who I love. It's like, stop it.
Yeah.
Is Don dating someone? He's already in essential oils business with Brianna's husband.
I bet Don has some like sprightly young thing he goes golfing with. He probably is like, yeah, Vicky was a wreck. She was a pain in my side.
Can't we have an It's Complicated moment? Kick your sprightly girlfriend away.
Ugh, but that didn't end well either. It ruined Steve Martin's life.
Yeah, but remember Silver Lining? Steve Martin comes back to the house to finish remodeling the kitchen. But
I know, but it's kind of like on a heartbreaking note where you're like, I don't know if he can ever forgive her. Like maybe.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I feel like it ends on like they're not necessarily going to date again. Where he'll have like his suspicions.
I am such an optimist. I thought when he was talking about that remodel that it was the olive branch back. Like, let's try again.
I feel like she was going to have to earn his trust back.
Especially after seeing Alec Baldwin's gigantic rear end on FaceTime or on the computer. Do you remember?
Yeah, they ruined the sweater try-on session. Sucks.
Yeah, it was so cute. He came out of the bathroom naked. Everybody remembers that scene. Don, Vicky's pining for you. If you don't have a sprightly new girlfriend or sprightly new wife, you're still in business with Brianna and her husband, doing essential
He probably
oils.
has like a hot 50-year-old girlfend, like just a little younger.
Let's take a moment to imagine Don's hot girlfriend for a second. I'm envisioning someone, but give it up. Vicky wants you back. She said she let reality TV sully her life. Well, not that. She didn't say that.
I don't know if she deserves him back.
No, I know. I know he wasn't.
Frankly.
Yeah. No, she accused him of not being able to fill her love tank very much.
Yeah, meanwhile,
she was like, I'm on
Brooks
empty.
was just like the con artist of the century.
Brooks was so sexually
Girth Brooks.
Yeah, there was something about him.
Don couldn't compete.
He was sexy.
He didn't have teeth. She had to buy him new teeth.
he was always drunk. He wanted to always drink. He even drank on his birthday. He drank. I just watched this when I was at 29 Palms. he was getting drunk on his birthday, and they're like, "Don't you have cancer?" And he's like, "I'm allowed to have a little tequila on my birthday. Isn't that right, everybody?" And he had sexual magnetism, but that's not Don's fault at all. But I just wish, come on, can't. We've got to move on. Don, if you're listening, Don Gunvalson, just come on.
Think about it.
Think about it. All right, Sprinter Van.
Sprinter Van. We sort of, I think, touched on this the other day because it comes up again later where Vicky on the OC last week does the same thing where when they're on the way from point A to point B, she's on her laptop and she sort of implies that it's not necessary for her to engage in drama while they're in commute. Like Giselle's like, Vicky, hello, like we're doing something here. And she's like, I have to work. I have to get it done now so I don't have to do it later. And they're all like, huh? Like you're on the clock.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you think it's like a potential like clause in their contracts where people thought that they get a little reprieve in the earlier days of these franchises. But now it's a staple where you want to keep the conflict going. Yeah, so Vicky was sending emails, commenting on Google reviews for Kodo Insurance. She did that for me, by the way. She goes, Riley, thank you so much for finally getting life insurance with me. So maybe she was filling out replies to Google reviews. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Oh, for sure. But Giselle was like, I'm talking to you. She was like, I heard from Tamra or somebody, Lisa, that you wanted to put me in a box. A friend box, which I was like,
we're not
wow.
doing this again.
Yeah, I was like, box? Put it in the box from the OC? Did you guys all get on the box, friend in a box page during this time? And then you carried it over to the season of OC? But Vicky's basically like, she's like, Giselle, come on. I don't want to do this right now. Please don't make me. And I don't want to be friends with you right now because you inserted yourself in my relationship with Tamra.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not really ready for this conflict right now. Like, I don't want to do a scene. And they're like, okay, well, we're supposed to be working. And then it comes up that Teresa's like, well, Vicky, you were mean to me a couple times so far on this. She's like, you said that I looked the most different out of everyone. And Vicky's like, no, like, I didn't mean it in a bad way. And then Teresa's trying to bring stuff up and she just glitches out and turns and points to a vintage store out of the window. She's like, they have great stuff. And it's probably that place that Shannon and Carmela went to on like the second episode of this season. I was like, it's probably that place where they get all their like secondhand designer goods. And they're all like, hello, we're talking, which on the next episode she does to Luann too, where Luann's in the middle of a story on camera and she just answers her phone. And they're like, Vicky, like, please. There was also another Bravo Con remark where Vicky said that Teresa was the most overrated housewife. And she's like, I was just jealous.
I liked that. I liked that honesty from Vicky.
That's an easy way to get out of something. Just admit that you were jealous and everyone's like, great.
I was so jealous. And everybody's like, because you don't hear that very often. No one wants to say it.
Yeah.
So they all give her such a huge moment for that. They go, how vulnerable and honest. Thank you for the clarity. Like she really gets out of that one. I'm jealous. I was jealous as hell. I want to start saying that. There's two good things to get out of arguments. I was jealous. Like, I'm sorry I said that. I was very jealous of you. That kind of makes sense. I can say that a lot about whenever I bring up a rival Bravo podcast. It's like, it's very obvious I'm jealous of them. And then the other one, distracting them. Hey, there's a store over there. You know what I mean? Just to get out of it.
Yeah, diversion tactics. Okay, so then they pull up, they go to stay at the Beverly Hilton because Kyle's like, I'm not ready to host them. We're going to stay here first. And they do like a pajama party. I just quickly want to bring up Luann FaceTimes with her German boyfriend and they're almost like on the verge of sexting or what do you call that? FaceTime. What do you call that? Phone sex? Is there a FaceTime version?
I think we call it FaceTime sex or virtual sex. It reminds me of Demolition Man. Did you ever see that?
I don't think I've seen it.
It's horrible, if I remember correctly. I saw it when I was 12, a little too early. But they don't have sex in the future. They have porno. Sorry. They have sex calls where a person is on a screen, and they're like, Sylvester Stallone, start masturbating. This is how we have sex now. Oh no, it's them not having physical contact, but there's visual representations of them digitally for them to have sex with. And he goes, I want the real thing. Sorry, that's my Stallone. He goes, I want the real thing, baby. But that's Demolition Man.
Too true. They were seeing something that we didn't know about yet.
Yeah, but talk about a horny boyfriend like Brooks.
Yeah,
Michael?
He goes, are you wearing any underwear? And she's like, of course not. And he's like, let me see. And she's like, there's a whole crew here. And they show them.
Yeah, she goes, there's a lot of people. He goes, I still want to see. Show me without any underwear, please. He goes, he goes, take those feathers off your breasts. Let me look at them. He was so horny during this call with Luann.
Baby.
Yeah, he didn't care if there was a crew. And then we get this is kind of fun. I mean, I have to say, no matter what, Vicky, whatever we're saying about her, she's everything in these 3 episodes. Her and Luann are absolutely the MVPs. I mean, I'm going to give Kyle's like an MVP for hosting the white party, which we're going to talk about, that I loved. And I think Kyle's doing a great job. She has the drama, with Mauricio. She's so good. Kyle is too. But Vicky and Luann are really the focus. Vicky for the first 2 episodes, and then it becomes a Luann showcase with Vicky. Yeah. And the third. Right. So thank God Vicky was here. I mean, who cares if she's a Debbie Downer and answering emails in the Sprinter van? She's fucking killing it so far.
Yeah, they essentially just need to be themselves, whereas Giselle is working overtime to start things through just hard labor of interviewing people and starting shit. And it's I guess that's one way to do it, but I'm not really in the market for it right now.
No, not my favorite way to have conflict come about is Giselle kind of scrounging for it to see if she can find issues and exploit them for her own entertainment or the viewer's entertainment. I did like when Luann put a big blob of kebab on Vicky's plate. She goes, because we already said they're having a downtime in pajamas, just like a relaxing night to bond. And then Luann spits out a big, huge skewer of kebab onto Vicky's plate, and Vicky gets mad. She's like, hey, why'd you spit that out all over? And Luann's like, I don't have a plate, darling. And she goes, well, still, I'm grossed out. And they go, do you gag, Vicky, often? And she goes, do I gag? And then they show a full retching montage of the 50 times she's retched.
They cut to a Watch What Happens Live game where they go, Will, Vicky, gag.
That's so fun that's one of her things. We talked about it on the OC episode. Gagging, retching.
There were things over the course of this one and the next one where they did montages where I was like, okay, fine, roll the footage. Whereas at the first one, I was like, I've seen all this shit already. But when it's a good one, it's funny. If it's not overplayed. But this turns into also Vicky and Luann kind of have a feud. I think they're both too big for their britches, but that will continue on through the next one. And then we get into sexy talk because Luann is Vicky needs to get laid. She's up wound tight. She's only working all the time. I don't know if the sex she's having is any good. And Portia's I bet if because Vicky's still kind of ignoring them, and Portia's we should have filled out that clipboard. Then she would have paid attention to us. And they sort of joke around by being I need life insurance. And then they get her attention.
Funny. I'm pre-approved. They just do a bunch of stuff like that. It's just perfect comedy. Life insurance jokes to get Vicky horny. I don't know. Luann says Vicky says, I'm having sex with Michael. And we heard on Orange County, sorry, Michael, her boyfriend. Yeah. We heard on Orange County that she's having sex. She's the one who initiates. And then Luann goes, well, maybe your orgasms aren't as good. And she goes, no, my orgasms are perfect. So they kind of even lose that part. Vicky is getting laid. Little do they know that Michael is horny as hell. And they're having sex a lot. But they're just trying to get her out of this bad mood. And it actually made me realize that on OC, I think they're seeing aspects of Vicky that were not fully included in the edit because everyone is calling her a Debbie Downer. And I've just seen Vicky being Vicky. But there must be 75% on the cutting room floor that is just showing Vicky sort of in this bad mood because they talk about it so much on this season of UGT about Vicky being a wet blanket. So I think that she just might, I don't know, there might be just something going on with Vicky right now where she's not as happy with her return to Bravo in this moment.
This is first.
And
then OC.
This is first. So maybe, I don't know I don't know if this is before her orange or not, because that could have been a huge change. Maybe she was saving, her spirit a little bit because she felt like they just brought her back for the legacy. But then when she got her orange, maybe that revitalized her. But they're still kind of saying that Vicky is a Debbie Downer in the OC after she received her orange.
Someone at the white party congratulates her for getting her orange, so she knows. But both her and like Lindsay Hubbard talked about, because In the City and Summer House were back to back, like they've both remarked on how brutal it is to do 2 shows without a break. Like it's a lot. So I'm not surprised. Plus with her fucked up knee, she was probably just in a, bad mood. But this portion turns into a fun, like, Portia's teaching Giselle how to do like a striptease. We get Kyle doing the splits, which of course leads to a Kyle splits montage, which we've gotten fewer of since she's been sober. So I was happy to see it. And I don't think, everyone was aware of her game. Like everyone sort of screamed. I'm like, that's what she's famous for.
Oh, you should have seen the splits. This version. Oh, it was huge. Full legs out, perpendicular with. Is it perpendicular?
I feel like she can do them every which way.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, like a clock. One leg is the right hand and one, or what? Sorry, clock. Short hand and long hand. Is that what they're called? And then this is so sad for Lisa Barlow. Oh my God, Lisa Barlow heads. This stuff is for me. This shit on UGT. She goes, I'm laughing. Lisa goes, I'm starting to laugh again. She goes, I'm having so much fun. I haven't had this much fun. And then she starts to cry. And she goes, in a long time. And they go, why, Lisa Barlow? Why? And she goes, because my cast sucks so bad. I've got Heather. I've got Whitney. I've got Meredith, who's boring. It's the worst cast. And they just treat me like shit nonstop for the last 6 seasons of this show. And then she's crying about it. And I knew exactly what she was talking about. Like, she is the fucking punching bag every single season. But then they kind of made fun of Lisa a little bit and made most of the highlight montage Lisa's worst moments. And I was like, that does not accurately capture how Lisa is treated on Salt Lake City. I mean, besides the throwing the shoes off the yacht, I know exactly what Lisa's talking about. I think it would be horrible to be on the Salt Lake City cast if you're Lisa Barlow. So I really felt that moment in the confessional.
Yeah. No, she cracks. She goes to Portia. She's like, have you always been fun like this? Like, I'm so desperate to have fun. And it's like someone who's in a bad marriage, like when they feel alive finally again, they're like, it's been so long since I've felt alive.
I think Heather was the domino that fell, that ruined Barlow's experience on Salt Lake City. She always had Meredith, even though they fought. Whitney, she knew, was just a ticking time bomb, just a pure, horrible nightmare to deal with. Bronwyn then coming on and joining the Heather Whitney allyship was probably the worst case scenario. And now it's just too many cast members have now fallen away from Lisa Barlow, that it's just a nightmare for her, which they get into next episode too.
Whitney and Bronwyn get their licks in when Giselle asks them about it, which I know you were horrified. Okay, so now we go to Sutton's house for the ugly leather pants luncheon. Crystal is wearing the same pants. She got them, I feel like they had those at BravoCon, if I'm not mistaken, so she got them back. And she was like, low-key, when I put them on again, I was like, they kind of are ugly.
Yeah. She was 5.5 years since she put them on. And no, she goes, yeah, I think you were right, Sutton. So this is an iconic Sutton moment. I mean, Crystal wore them, but Sutton said it. She goes, right. We were doing Turtle Time when this happened, this moment, right? We covered it. She goes,
hunky-dory.
Yeah, what am I going to be jealous of? Your ugly leather pants? right?
Yeah.
And Crystal is just I don't think Crystal has a response to that very much. But nice that we got to see Crystal again. If you're
Mhm.
included in the moment, good for you to be there and wear them. And everybody else is going to wear ugly leather pants to this luncheon.
Yes. Also, Vicky doesn't seemingly know the difference between Crystal and Sutton.
She goes, "It was nice to meet Sutton." She goes, "I liked her. She honors me, so I really liked her." And they go, "That's Crystal, not Sutton." And she goes, "I don't know who these people are." Vicky's confessionals are amazing. Vicky's not really trying to be funny for the most part.
She's just like, that's why, like, she's just off her rocker. And so then it's so funny when at the lunch right after this, they're like, "So what's been going on?" And Luann goes, she's like, "Yeah, Vicky did a shrine for Slade, who said she looked like fucking Porky Pig." And I'm like, these bitches like don't care about anything.
No, it's so funny. And she goes, Vicky gets so upset with Porky. She goes, "It was what did she say?" She goes, "It was Miss Piggy." She goes, "That was a Muppet doll, not a real pig." It's like it's funny
Muppet doll.
A Muppet doll. Yeah, it's funny to hope for one or the other. Miss Piggy versus Porky Pig. But I understood why Luann said Porky. You wouldn't necessarily remember it was Miss Piggy if you just heard that for a minute. So she said Porky, but Vicky later thinks that was a little dig at her to be like Porky Pig instead of Miss Piggy.
It seems like she really didn't realize, but I'm like, I mean, they talked about it so much, like.
I would almost rather be Porky Pig.
Depends on your take on Miss Piggy. In my household, Jimmy finds Miss Piggy to be abusive.
Oh yeah,
to Kermit.
No. Oh yeah. I mean, I barely even scratched the surface. I've seen a compilation. She hurts him sometimes, right? Screams.
Hi, yeah.
Yes. I've seen. Don't get me started on my YouTube. I've seen it. Muppet violence. Miss Piggy hurts Kermit multiple times and screams at him, and gets a little jealous at him sometimes too. Right?
Yeah.
Gets a little jealous if he interacts with anybody else, any of the other Muppets.
Their relationship's a little bit toxic. It's like up for, I think a lot of people would say that he adores her, that she's his dream woman. Other people, I feel like he's a little under duress.
Yeah, he's always sort of frazzled. When Miss Piggy's mad or whatever, mad, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's something that he's doing, but he is always kind of like,
yeah,
oh no. So that's really interesting. That's really interesting. I was just thinking,
I don't really know what Porky Pig's deal is at all.
Yeah. Porky Pig. He's a little flustered too, mostly.
Is he
feel
that's
like,
all, folks?
Yeah. I don't want to do an impression of Porky Pig just because I think I won't be able to commit to it. But he's definitely a "that's all, folks." Kind of a befuddled, confused, like accident-prone pig.
Mhm.
I'm missing though. Okay, first of all, two thoughts. Miss Piggy is actually very nice to Kermit in A Christmas Carol, Muppet's Christmas Carol, which is my main Muppet.
Touchstone.
What's that? Touchstone. That's the major touchstone Muppet-wise for me is A Christmas Carol, Muppets. Miss Piggy's actually wonderful to Kermit in it. So I haven't really seen the highlight reel of Miss Piggy being absolutely awful to Kermit. I just want to say, if someone was calling me a pig, Riley, you look like a fucking ugly pink pig. You look like Porky Pig, or you look like Miss Piggy. I think I'm going Porky Pig.
Miss Piggy's the height of glamour to me. She's like a true fashion icon. Like I have her calendars, I have her books. Like I revere her, but obviously it was not meant nicely. But to me, she's stylish and beautiful.
Okay. So you prefer? All right, okay. I mean, we're never going to be in this scenario where people are calling us these mean, rude names. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'm taking Porky
Pig
over.
bitch.
Yeah, you two pigs. I mean, actually, I think that there's going to be some comments talking about us.
Cersei. And then there's the Kelly Dodd emoji.
Oh, yeah. She goes, "You fucking pig." Oh my God. Anytime a Kelly Dodd thing it's like almost too hot for TV when you see a Kelly Dodd clip. Come on. I finally watched the full Shane clip again, and I think it's my top 5 favorite, or not favorite, but most
It's
scandalous
so
moment
funny.
in Bravo history. Her going up to Emily and saying that fucking little dork. That fucking little dork. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I know she's like evil, but really has a way with words. I was recently reminded that she called the Tres Amigas the 3 amoebas.
Oh, she said 3. She said 3 amoebas. Am I wrong when I remember that Kelly Dodd in Ireland was fighting with Tamara and it caused Tamara to do that hyperventilating thing?
She
that
said,
was
no wonder your daughter hates you.
Yeah. That was a Kelly
Which
Dodd.
was like not to be mentioned.
No, that she sent Tamara to the van hyperventilating on a lap.
That is like horrifying, that how she looks like she's in like a true panic response. It's like kind of bleak.
The Miss Piggy almost gets overshadows the "you're a fucking pig, look at this emoji, I'm you" Vicky that Kelly did. That was really mean-spirited as well. Oh my God, Slade bombed at that comedy night. I can't believe the Comedy Store let him do that.
Get out of here, he sucks. Okay, so they talk about that for a while. It does come up. I don't know that we need to get into it. We don't know the details, but apparently there's a low-key feud about one of the love interests from Love Hotel that Shannon supposedly stole from Giselle, which I was like, that's interesting. It's interesting that these ancillary shows that we never think about had real-world consequences.
Oh, yeah. I love the real-world consequences. They were major. And then Kyle gets a little bit of a Giselle complaint out where they're talking about Mauricio, and Kyle reminds Giselle that she watched the edit of Potomac, the episode where Mauricio comes to on Real Housewives of Potomac, and Giselle says, I want to lay horizontal with him if I can. And so Kyle brings that up, and she's nice about it. You know, she doesn't really like try to make a big moment out of it, but she was like, I never thought that you would say something like that. And Giselle apologizes, you know, that she shouldn't have said something like that.
I kind of forgot how protective and defensive Kyle was. Like, they showed that clip later that I do not remember of her at a previous white party where she literally pulls a bitch off of Mauricio with his daughter. Their daughter's on the other arm of him and they're just like dancing. And she's like, get off my husband. I was like, oh my God, like that should be way more of a like referenced item.
I didn't remember it either. Season 1. She goes, get off my husband, you fucking moron. And started pulling that person off of him. I was like, holy shit. She was so pissed. No, I forgot about that aspect.
Was fucking.
Yeah, I know. I think it set her off a little bit. So no, I had forgotten that moment too. And then Sutton gets to hold court, and this wasn't great, but it was like supposed to show the legacy of Beverly Hills through a scavenger hunt. So she does. It's called "Let the Mouse Go." That's okay. It was okay. I always am a little embarrassed when iconic moments, like, they don't live up to the iconic moments of all franchises. And Kyle's like, I know what that's going to be, a mouse.
Right.
Let the mouse go with Dorit.
It was dumb. I also forgot that they did that Beverly Hills scavenger hunt. I don't remember what season it was. It was like, I think like Eileen and Yolanda and like that era where they had to run all around Beverly Hills and go to like the candy bar, and like everyone was like, this sucks.
But at least that kind of gives it more weight for why it was a scavenger hunt, like a mini version of that, of a previous sort of iconic episode in Beverly Hills history. I mean, it was I like the poems or whatever.
Yeah, whoever won, they set free a human mouse. I don't know who was forced to stand in the mouse suit in the cage, but they were freed. And then a few hours after that, it's the white party at Kyle's, which is like goes right into the next episode.
Perfect. Now, episode 3. Now that had stuff that I enjoyed. When Luann put on wings, and I sort of was like checked out for a second. I was like, oh, Luann has wings. I'm like, I'm so excited. I wonder what it means. And then I was like, I hope she flies in somewhere. I go, wouldn't it be cool if she like flew in somewhere? And then I saw her walking on a ladder and flying in with a bunch of bush dancers and then singing. at this white party. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like it delivered exactly what I realized I wanted from Ultimate Girls Trip, and having all of the housewives there, having everyone from every iteration of Beverly Hills was actually pretty great, because it ends up with the Luann Erica moment, and people can talk about their grudges with each other. So I thought the whole white party, I was like, this is perfect. And it takes up a full episode. They must have been so excited. Like, this is like
Kevin Lee was in his bag. He put this together. They compliment him throughout, and he gets a little montage. You know, I have to say, isn't it crazy how many of them were here, and that it just goes without saying that Lisa Vanderpump would not be there?
I know. That's what I always say about Beverly Hills. She has such a relationship with Bravo still, and Hulu, I guess, but it's just Beverly Hills as an entity. She hates. It's like she doesn't want. It's like she left in disgrace. I don't know if I've ever said this, but she left in utter disgrace. Not coming to the reunion of season 10 was the ultimate slap in the face to all of her castmates. Andy gave her shit, I remember, and I was so proud of him. He was like, don't you think it's so hypocritical of Lisa for complaining about other people not showing up, and then she doesn't do it herself? And I always thought it did. She let the loosey-goosey take her out of town. Like, and she felt like she was too big for the franchise, which I think is like a cardinal sin.
Yeah, and especially because Kyle is now like basically forever the center diamond holder, and something like this is completely hosted by her. It's at her house. It's like honoring her history of the white party. Like, of course, she would never. I have to imagine they tried at least one phone call to be like, come on, it'll be huge.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure they tried, but there's just no chance. I mean, I don't know. Lisa always teases. She's like, if they fired half of them, it's like, yeah, fucking right. They're not going to do that for you just so that you can come back. They're not going to explode Beverly Hills just to make it work for Lisa, who
she wouldn't be good anymore anyways. It's like we always say, once you hit a certain echelon, it's just you can't really play these games anymore. And we're seeing that with Vicky, where we're like, I don't know if this works really anymore. And like that would be true, I think, with Nene. Like, I think there's certain people where it's just like you can't play the game anymore. It just doesn't really work.
No. So it's just a blight on, I think, Lisa's reputation that she treats Beverly Hills like this, like that she thinks she's above. I mean, she obviously has more of an impact on Beverly Hills than Camille, you know, but I just find it distasteful that she has such a disregard for this franchise, even though she created a successful spinoff. It's like, it's important to your legacy. Beverly Hills, I mean, you should
also
do something to honor
a mark against Dorit, who declined to come to this.
Dorit, don't get me fucking started. I loved her last season, but my God, what the hell are you doing, Dorit? Like, I don't even know what her issue is with Kyle at all. But this white party, Kevin Lee, I mean, in my dreams, I see Kevin Lee. We were just talking about putting Kevin Lee on Summer House or something. It's like, we didn't know he was waiting in the wings for us. He's back. He did the white party again. I was trying to remember. Did he help with the SoFi Stadium and we already had this experience? Did he do a brush at the SoFi Stadium, but they didn't give him a big edit? It doesn't matter because this was rolling out the red carpet for Kevin Lee. Yeah. This was she. Let's show you Kevin Lee.
I feel like they should have honored her former party planner. I think his name was Glenn or something, where I'm like, don't act like Kevin Lee planned all the white parties, because he didn't.
No, that other guy did. What did you say his name was? Gary?
My guess is Glenn.
Glenn. It was Glenn. I loved Glenn. Him and Kevin Lee should have a spinoff show together. Kevin Lee and Glenn.
Adrian Malouf's chef who hates Lisa.
Oh, well, we talked about that. Bernie?
Yeah, bring him in. That's who should have been on her arm at this party.
They could bring back Bernie now, because he hated Lisa so much. He was going to, I mean, I don't want to say this. He put too much salt on Lisa's clam chowder on purpose. You remember? He hated her so much. We talked about Kevin Lee's Bravo cancellation, if you will. He had
Mhm.
sort of a rough time after what he said on Vanderpump Rules. Now it seems like they're allowed to sort of honor him a little bit, and Kyle used him to decorate this party. I mean, it looks great. What about that screen that it has in the back? You know what I'm talking about, with like trees on it?
Oh yeah, and it was all lit blue. So like every single scene, everyone had a blue cast, which I was like, I mean, it looked fine, but I was like, did they think about this for like, every single conversation, everyone was blue, but
You didn't like
they're
that
sort
everybody
of
was blue?
it was fine. I just I've wondered if they talked to production about if they, partnered on how that would look if they knew.
Oh, right. Oh, right. I couldn't even think about it. When I saw those dancing bushes, I thought,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're honoring Paul. They're honoring Paul Nassif.
Where was he?
I know. Just eat shit and come to this party. Who cares about what you think is going on? I bet him and Adrian couldn't be in the same room. But I thought first, a brief second, I thought that it was honoring Paul when he did his tree thing. It only
Yeah.
made sense to me once Luann came out on Wings, that these are her bush dancers, which,
Yeah.
obviously so fun. And then Eileen, Camille, everyone is coming in, a lot of people from Beverly
Including
Hills.
Salt Lake. Like they just had, I guess they're like, you're near enough, you're West Coast, just come on down. This is where we'll have you. And then Giselle throughout the episode is trying to get the tea on why Meredith and Lisa don't fuck with Bronwyn and Whitney. And they're like, they get into it at one point. They're like, you don't even know how horrible Lisa is. Like nobody fucks with her. And then there's also, it's revealed that there's an icy relationship between Luann and Erica because of some BravoCon shit that they will have to contend with by the end of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really know what Bronwyn and Whitney were talking about. They're just like, everybody hates Lisa and Meredith in Salt Lake City. The entire city hates them. They're like, you have no idea. It's like, what a thing to say. The whole city hates
They're
them.
like, you look out. They're like, she's going to turn on you next, Giselle.
I don't know. I felt like, I mean, I'm so biased, but I thought it was so lame. They didn't have any evidence. They're just like, I mean, I really think that Salt Lake City is in trouble of the B Squad taking over. That's how I feel. I don't know what other franchise is a good comparison for this. Please tell me,
Right.
everyone. But I'm very worried. I mean, it kind of happened to Lisa, except they weren't the B Squad. But like, they are trying to run off Lisa and Meredith, and I swear to God, Salt Lake City will be the worst fucking show. Like, Lisa Barlow is the center snowflake holder. That's why she was invited on UGT. Meredith is a good ally. I don't think Meredith is great or entertaining. It's very unfortunate that Lisa Barlow is only left with Meredith as an ally. That it's getting pretty dire if that's your only ally. If it's 2 versus 5, that's getting very bad. You need Brittany Bateman. Sway Brittany Bateman back. She can come back. She'll come back to the Meredith Lisa side. So I think the losers of Salt Lake City are starting to win. And like I said, Heather was the chess piece that made the move. And even though Heather has every right to be more resentful of Whitney than anyone in the world, she knows that she needs to be aligned with them to take down Lisa Barlow. And then I was reminded, this made me laugh at how horrible it was when they were reading the text messages, because Lisa Barlow, Portia asks Lisa, she wants to get her side of the Salt Lake City drama, and she goes, do they talk about husbands on your franchise? And Lisa goes, do they talk about husbands? Every fucking episode. And then they show the clip of her reading the text, and it's the jerking off John Barlow in the corner, and I laughed. I was like, my God. Like, Lisa was so upset that she read that text message, and then halfway through it was talking about jerking off John Barlow. It was just a completely unsubstantiated rumor that painted such a vivid picture in everyone's mind. So I think that they were showing that clip to kind of show what Lisa's last straw was. And they specifically show a clip of Whitney and Heather talking about blowjobs for jazz tickets or to sell Vita tequila, which they both had a hand in, Whitney and Heather, which is an early example of them trying to take down Lisa Barlow.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's old school reference.
Mhm.
So yeah, they get into that. At one point, Portia and Giselle check in about Salt Lake, and they're like, joking about how much drama there is over there. As you said, Luann is getting strung up in her wings. I was a little concerned for her safety. They just had her climbing like a construction ladder. And as she gets flung in, they kind of did her dirty with the edit of the performance. She's like out of breath, like saying every other word. They keep cutting to people laughing. Erica's sort of making a face. Bronwyn is like, this is unhinged. Like they cut to a bunch of, and I was like, have some fucking respect for your OG elders.
I said, shut up. I said, Erica, stop rolling your eyes. This is good. Dancing with bushes. Bronwyn goes, she's wearing a diaper. Or someone goes, diaper. There's a diaper on her. I was like, yeah, fucking right. It's not a diaper. It's because of the zip line. She needed protection around her legs for the zip line. She just came in on wings on a zip line and started singing Chic C'est La Vie. Be grateful.
Only Lisa Barlow was like, she's iconic, 12 out of 10. Like she understands the legacy. Whereas a lot of them, Vicky was like, what the fuck? Like so many of them were like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what are you talking about? Like she's the reason for the season. Like shut the fuck up.
This was Luann's episode. She took it from Vicky. This was all about Luann. It was one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. I love when Lisa goes, I have respect for singing, and they show her baby in a manger.
Yeah. I did enjoy the singing Housewives clips.
Yes.
Because although I do know that it's like the path that so many take, it's fun to be reminded just how many. And when they show, it's kind of rare because it's not relevant very often, but they showed the Watch What Happens Live, Danielle Staub, Real Close to You performance. And I don't think Andy has ever been happier. Like he's literally like, his eyes are like, he's so beaming. He's just never been, he's like, this is fucking insane.
No, I've never seen that face on him before. Him in darkness, gleaming, big smile, teary-eyed. I was like, holy shit.
Close to you.
He loved that. That edit brought me the most joy this episode. Going from Luann, dancing with bushes, Portia and Giselle realizing she's dancing with bushes because of her iconic bush moment. And then the montage of all the singing with Ashley Darby, Melissa Gorga. I was like, this is perfect. And that was the best use of clips so far for UGT, is just bringing, because those moments are all iconic, no matter what you think of the ultimate songs they created. And Vicky, is not very into it, and it's not like she's trying to be funny or trying to be overly mean. She's just saying this sucks. She hates the song. She's annoyed in her confessional. She can't stand that Luann keeps singing. And what I like about the Vicky and Luann conflict is that it seems pretty authentic. Like they just are kind of rubbing each other the wrong way. And that is really illustrated later when they're just riding off from the white party. But I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, I don't think they're playing this up. They were maybe at first, but now they're just kind of like, they are not personalities that gel in any way.
Yeah, earlier Luann was like, I don't want your fucking advice, like with money or health or life insurance. Or she's like, if I want your advice, I'll ask you for it, but I don't need it unsolicited. And Vicky's like, all right, I'll never ask you again. And you can tell she's like, you're dead to me after that. So they're like never going to get along again. We get a little bit of a squash the beef with Luann and Erica. It's a rocky road. It takes a couple tries where, Luann tries to talk to Erica. Erica's not really interested. They end up, I think Kyle sort of gets them back together. And it turns out that they had dinner at some point with Tom Girardi, I think is what Luann said. She said, I had dinner with you and your husband. And Erica's like, I guess Luann tried to reach out to her after the fact and never heard back. And so she always thought that she was ghosting her or like thought she was better than her or something. And Erica's like, dude, that was like literally the worst period of my entire life. I had so much horrible shit going on. Like, I don't even know like what that was. Like, it certainly wasn't about you. I was like in hell. And Luann's like, I had trouble with the Tom of my own.
Yeah. She goes, we could have bonded over Tom trauma. And they talk about the Tom doing that shit at the Regency, and then Tom Girardi. Yeah, she said, we had a delightful dinner with Tom Girardi and you. Tom was holding court. It was fun. And then Erica completely ghosted her after, never answered a text. So that led Luann to saying Erica was cold or rude to me. And then that made Erica want to double down and be like, I don't fuck with this person. So it wasn't as big of a conflict as I thought.
Yeah.
It was just, Erica had to tell her, hey, I was in a bad place with that Tom Girardi shit. It was horrible for me. So Luann gets over it. And she's like, we could bond over Tom trauma and we both sing stuff.
Yeah, I think Erica should have respect for the Countess. And so I'm glad that, I'm sure I think Erica never forgets. I think she'll have a side eye for a long time, but hopefully I do think she has some respect for the franchise and should move forward as such. And then I didn't know we got a few little details regarding Camille and how Kyle says that she pitched Camille because she knew her and was like, I don't know if she would do it. She tried to call her, and then she was surprised that she ended up doing it, but apparently she joined in the 11th hour. And they also implied that the first season of Beverly Hills just kept getting continued. They made it longer and longer. They thought they were only going to shoot for a certain amount of time, and then they thought it was good, so they kept going. And they're just some little, behind the scenes details that were kind of fun to know because I love Beverly Hills.
I like that too. And I like knowing who the Bravo vampire is, like Heather Dubrow called it, of who gets you on,
Right.
So that was great. Giselle is going to make it her mission to get to the bottom of the Salt Lake City drama. She's going to talk to Heather in Atlanta. So I didn't realize, I was wondering why the hell Bronwyn and Whitney came to this one. But I guess in every city, they're going to just fly in some housewives who might not be seen otherwise. And that makes more sense. It's okay, Heather's going to be in Atlanta. Some other people are going to come, to these different spots on the trip. So she's going to get to the bottom of that. And then we finally get Vicky and Luann to talk a little bit. Vicky says, I feel like you don't like me very much. And we haven't gotten off on a good start together. And that you called me Porky the Pig as opposed to Miss Piggy, which are completely different. One's a Muppet and one's a Looney Tune. And Luann goes, I didn't mean anything by that, darling. She goes, and then in the confessional, she says, I screwed up my pigs.
She says, even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes. I'm like, okay.
You
have now deployed it one too many times. You might be done now for the season.
Yeah. Luann is confessional gold, though. Her saying Tom trauma, she goes,
yeah.
She just tees it up. It made me really sad, again, that Luann has defected to E and is giving golden moments to the golden life when right now, airing currently, is a season that showcases Luann at the height of her power. You know what I mean? It's what does this mean? And we just saw her at the OC party. It's what is going on? How...
Yeah.
Bravo, in their defense, Bravo is trying their best to keep Luann a part of the Bravo universe. So it made me more suspicious of what the hell is going on with this E show. It's Luann, you get a season of a Bravo spinoff once a year. You know what I mean? She's been on 3 of them already. So
pretty wild.
It is.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a touch base with her horny boyfriend from Munich on the Golden Life.
Yeah.
We'll see. Also, did you love when Vicky is because Luann's you work too hard, you need to chill, and Vicky goes, I'm in the Hall of Fame, and she's like, of what? And she goes, of financial services. I was like, what is the Financial Services Hall of Fame?
I loved it. I love that Luann asked what Hall of Fame. She goes, I'm in the Hall of Fame. She goes, which one? Financial services. It's duh. Hall of Fame of financial services across the globe.
Heard of it?
Yeah, the best financial services ever offered to humans. I'm in the Hall of Fame. And Luann...
Bernie Madoff, has he been stripped of his sash?
Hall of Fame winner 5 years in a row. The best money money. What is it called when you put? Oh, well, not a Ponzi scheme. The best money being kind of swashed around to different people award, and then it's like, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme. Oh, he died, right? He died.
I think so.
I
That
think
sounds
he
right.
killed himself.
Oh,
I think
in jail.
I think he tied him. I think he tied himself up to the windowsill.
Okay. Well, he's no longer in the Hall of Fame. If I have anything to do with it, Vicky can stay. So they're fine. This is where she says, "Don't give me advice. I don't want it." And Vicky's like, "All right, fine, fuck you." And then they do a little montage celebration of Beverly Hills finest moments. Kyle, this is what I was talking about, like how it started, and that Kyle originally was thinking, is anyone going to watch this? Like, is this actually a good show? Do people care? And the producers were like, yes, it's very good. People will definitely want to watch it. And they do some jabs at Kelsey Grammer. Denise talks about her horrible divorce a little bit, because I think who asked her? They're like, how's your divorce going? And she's like, terrible. Absolutely terrible.
She goes, it's worse than Charlie Sheen. She goes,
You can imagine.
my divorce. Yeah, she goes, my divorce is worse than the Charlie Sheen one. So it would be It would be so bad. You can't even imagine that. Yeah, and then Camille gives a wonderful speech. Vape pen prop. Quotes Kyle. It's kind of it's just a testament to Kyle's as a housewife and her legacy being the longest running consecutive housewife. So I thought that was sweet.
Yeah.
For her to do that.
Yeah, they honor her. She does the Alison Dubois, he'll never emotionally fulfill you. You're such a fucking liar, Camille. And then here's another fun faux pas. Apparently Lisa Barlow ran into Mauricio out front on the way out. And she goes, oh, like, good to see you. Happy anniversary. And he's like, oh, thanks. And they're like, why the fuck would you say happy anniversary? They're not together. And then Vicky goes, oh yeah, we all cried about it. We all cried together. And Mauricio's like, oh no.
He goes, oh, that's so cute. And then he goes to talk to somebody else really quick. Yeah, you know that curbside talk?
Yeah.
Nightmare. You know when you're getting ready to go and you have to keep talking?
Congratulating someone who's about to get divorced on their anniversary feels like when, you're at the movies and they're like, enjoy the movie. And you're like, you too. And you're like, fuck.
I know. I blow it almost every single time. Enjoy seeing the Odyssey. Yeah, you as well. I'll see you in there. It's like, they work there. They're not going to see the movie with me. No, it's exactly. But also when you've run out of steam too, completely.
Yeah.
Like when you have nothing more. Or the worst is when you say goodbye, and then have to stand out there right outside.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I have nothing more to say. So that's what I thought. And Mauricio, he thought he was off camera. He was like not giving them anything at all. And then I thought this was a wonderful moment for Luann. They're in the car. The fact that they captured this was wonderful. She goes, pull up, give me the footage, darling. I want to see me going through the dancing bushes again on my wings.
She's still using voice to text. Apparently she's texting somebody going, send me the footage. We're in the car. We want to watch it, please. Thank you.
Yeah. I remember Luann she's just never stops giving you wonderful moments. I remember she was the one who told us the secret to her cameo success when she was like, lower the price, darling. Do 1,000 of them. I make so much money, more money than all of you on Cameo. I was like, God damn. They just capture her any moment. She's saying the coolest shit. And then she's going, chic, say, Libby. She goes, oh, it's so funny, darling. She goes, look at the bushes. She goes, oh, remember when I fell in the bushes? And she's just reliving.
Teresa's like, Savan.
Yeah. And Vicky, they do a wonderful edit of it annoying Vicky. That's why I'm saying this is it. Vicky versus Luann.
Oh, yeah. It was sort of like next gen editing here. It got a little like kooky.
Yeah. And she goes, Seba. She goes, look at me with the bushes. She goes, chic, say la vie, darling. And Vicky was getting so fed up. And then in her confessional, she goes, stop singing. And she gets really pissed. And it was great. She goes, Luann is a star. She's always trying to make an entrance. She thinks she's a star. And then Luann goes, come get a drink, darling. Do you want a drink, darling, in my room? And Vicky goes, no. She goes, I think we should all be quiet and go to bed when we get home. I've had enough of all of this. Which,
I
you
was
know,
like,
I mean,
Luann, why do you even want Vicky to come to your room? Like, you don't even want to do that.
yeah, but she, you know, that late night energy. Like when Charlie
Yeah.
brought everybody to the room in Vegas, they bonded more than
Yeah.
any cast in history. You know, maybe they could have a little whiskey or whatever and talk about life. But Vicky's like, no. She's like, I'm so annoyed by all of you. I want to go to bed.
Yeah. She's like,
And
you're exhausting me.
yeah. And Giselle says, we can officially declare Vicky as a wet blanket. Right.
Damn. She'll hate that.
No, because it leads to the Debbie Downer stuff. So I mean, everyone, if you weren't watching UGT yet, it just knocked it out of the park with that one. So fun. I hope we
Yeah.
can keep this stride going.
Next week looks interesting. It's Atlanta. We get Nene. We get Kim Zolciak. We get 50 Cent, as in Cynthia Bailey, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Ashley Darby's also in drag. OG Lisa Wu is there. More Salt Lake women. It looks like Lisa Barlow cries again at some point. So I'm hopeful for it. I'm excited to see Nene in any capacity, especially if she has to interact with Kimsey. I don't know where they're at, like when the last time they talked is. I'm not sure, but if they could have some fun stuff, that would be good, but I don't know.
Kim Zolciak had a really unceremonious performance on Atlanta, like way after she had left, and it was kind of lame. It was exactly what we're talking about when OGs come back and the show has moved on. They have so much legacy to live up to that they can't help but fail, and that's what happened with Kimsey on Atlanta. But I'm excited to see what the hell happens in the future on this one, and I'll keep taking as much of this Salt Lake City runoff shit. I love it. I just have to hear how Heather justifies hating Lisa Barlow as she does. I can't wait to hear it straight from Heather's mouth again. What the hell she's going to say. So we're going to keep taking UGT like this. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to cover it eventually. Don't worry for a second. Turtle Time's got you covered. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry your little head. We'll get there. Plenty going on until the big stuff in September, which is any day now. Roni and Salt Lake. So
September.
we're chugging along.
Yeah, when that episode of Vogue comes out.
Exactly. Then you'll know.
That's when September. That's when New York and that other one, Salt Lake City, comes back. Yeah. I can't wait. That's going to be great. Yeah. And then tomorrow, Atlanta, we're finishing up Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 3. We're not giving up again. We're going to cover part 3. So look out tomorrow for that. And we're just going to keep chugging along until September. We can't wait. Amy, anything else to say before we go?
No, just as always, thanks for joining us. Plenty more Vicky and Luann to come.
Plenty more. And Turtle Time listeners, you know what to do. Get us to the top of the charts. Tell your friends. I want to be up there with Watch What Crappens, Ryan Bailey, Bravo Docket, Danny P. He's always in the top 3. Danny P. Get us to the top of the charts. Review us. Do all that other shit. And Villa Rose VIPs, we love you more than life. You are the lifeblood of Turtle Time. Mwah. Goodbye.
Bye.